Welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Dhanya. Let's take a look at the top story first. In addition to shortfalls in many fields, people of Tamenglong district are also facing water and power crisis. The news in detail. Tamenglong district, about 150 km from Imphal, is a hill district which seems to be perpetually backward in many fields. Denizens of the district are also facing a great deal of difficulties due to scarcity of drinking water and power crisis that seems to linger forever. As power is almost next to nil in the district, the industry sector, workshops, business establishments, students, etc. are bearing the brunt. In their series of exposure of the various shortages and anomalies in different departments and institutions in Tamenglong district, our sub-editor Naurebam Phillips and video journalist N. Ranjan continue to bring further distressing stories from the hill district. After witnessing the saddening scenes in the district, Phillips and Ranjan report that the government of Manipur had justifiably considered Tamenglong district as the most backward district in the state and has been allocating huge amount of money in terms of crores and crores of rupees to the district for taking up developmental works. But compared with the huge funds spent on various developmental works, it is so surprising that little sign of development is seen there. A 33 by 11 kV substation was inaugurated at Rengpang village in Tamenglong Assembly constituency in 2010-11. After functioning about 2 or 3 months nicely, giving the impression that the areas covered by the substation would remain illuminated for years to come, the substation had ceased to function. Villagers of Kaimai area said that at present electricity is available for only about a week in a month at Tamenglong. As the machines used at the substation are outdated, it cannot distribute electricity. In this regard, the Union Home Minister has been informed to assign the National Investigation Agency for an in-depth probe. As soon as it rains a little or there is a little wind, power supply is turned off. This has caused a great deal of difficulties to the small-scale industry and the students, the villagers said.
Tenga karaga mai lakta benina ekoi ji wana mai gi maram so problem lai lai ekoi je lok tagi kilometer ani ahum rom chalaga lok tagi wana ekoi je ayuk ngan ta hogal le har ga pung mari ahum makhai adu waida hogal laga ekoi lok tagi so ga ekoi sum wana ising so ko sidan pi anga wana je ekoi nam kalong se pali.
DC Tamenglong RH Golmai said, electricity in Tamenglong is regularly irregular. The villagers are facing a lot of problems. If the Rengpang substation is repaired, people's suffering would be alleviated to a great extent. On the other hand, as Tamenglong is a hill district, getting drinking water is also another big problem. An earlier source of water has dried up. It is necessary to make a major plan for drawing water from the Barak or Tenghep river to ensure availability of water in the district, he said.
See the problem ko si Ziri dagi adagi ziki Rengpang power substation si dagi ni masibu kana torogadi masi khapazan jing silagadi power supply gi sidi adum watna le yai hena khali.
Meanwhile, those who left Imphal for Tamenglong district headquarters for important works have to face big problems as there is no electricity at the guest house there. Even during dinner time, as there is no alternative for light, the visitors are compelled to use their vehicles' lights while having dinner. On this somewhat odd arrangement that they have to make, Chief Judicial Magistrate Tamenglong and Imphal East, Notoneshwari, expressed displeasure.
Halakada IBC da leiba adu mai pumam leirami akoi ai nupi ngatan su ibani khatan yu oire ai mai yawog dena kamai leina dan mapana ki dena sun biak leirami.
The villagers of Tamenglong also decried the policy of the authority in which high tension wires are laid above Tamenglong district for supplying electricity from the state to other states, whereas the inhabitants of the district are yet to get electricity. A massive plantation of poppy has been found in Ukhrul district. Recently, a team of ISTV News visited and inspected the district. Poppy plantation has been found on the brow of a mountain about 10 km from Mahadeva Lamkhai and a half kilometer before reaching Tungau village. Cultivating such plants is illegal as the fruits of the poppy plants are used in processing and extracting heroin and opium, which are banned by the government. In the past, Manipur police, army and many other civil society organizations have destroyed poppy plantations in different hill areas of Manipur. However, many villagers are planting poppies at various places without any fear. The plants in Ukhrul are completely mature. The question now is that there is no post of Manipur police and Indian army. That is why villagers are planting the poppy without any hindrance. No authority concerned has taken up any necessary action on it so far. In today's national and international news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today asserted that the world community must reject any linkage between religion and terrorism while formulating a genuinely international partnership in the fight against all forms of terror acts. In his intervention at the East Asia Summit, the Prime Minister also said that it should be ensured that cyber and space remain a source of connectivity and prosperity and not new threats of conflict. Leaders of 18 countries including US President Barack Obama and Chinese Premier Li Keqiang were assembled at the one-day 9th East Asian Summit in the Myanmar capital, Naypyidaw. The Prime Minister said India support the East Asia Summit declaration on the Islamic State terror group. At the same time, comprehensive response against terrorism requires a genuinely international partnership against all terrorism. The Prime Minister said, those who believe in humanity must come together and reject any linkage between religion and terrorism. On cooperation in tackling the threat of Ebola virus, Modi said, India has contributed $12 million in the efforts against Ebola. On clean energy, the Prime Minister said that though substantial progress has been made on the issue since last summits, there is need for working together and taking new initiatives. The Congress Party today began massive celebrations to mark the 125th birth anniversary of former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in the national capital. Congress President Sonia Gandhi and Party Vice President Rahul Gandhi addressed the conclave and hit out at the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even Prime Minister Narendra Modi and NDA leaders were not invited for the event. Rahul Gandhi took a dig at Modi's Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and said, on one hand, they are cleaning the road for photo opportunities and on other hand, they are spreading hate. Rahul held the BJP responsible for weakening the foundation of the country. Commerce and Industry Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said India and United States have successfully resolved their differences regarding the issue of public stock holding for food security purpose in the World Trade Organization. Sitharaman said that it will help in ending the impasse at WTO and also open way for implementation of Trade Facilitation Agreement (TFA). The Supreme Court today asked the Centre to convene a meeting of Chief Secretaries of all the states within 10 days to find out the steps taken by them so far to provide shelter to homeless persons. A 3-judge bench headed by Chief Justice H.L. Dattu also asked the Urban Development Ministry to find out ways and means to provide necessary temporary shelter to all homeless people in the entire country. Rising Indian boxers L. Devendra Singh 49 kg and Gaurav Bhiduri 52 kg will be seen in action in the professional style World Series of Boxing's upcoming season after grabbing 2-year contracts with the franchises of Poland and Italy. While Commonwealth Games and Asian Championships silver medalist Devendra will turn up for Poland Hussars, Bhiduri has been lapped up by Italia Thunders for the season starting January 16. Health workers on the front line of West Africa's Ebola crisis pleaded with G20 leaders today for more resources, describing horrific working conditions as they attempt to contain the deadly outbreak. Health workers had been reduced to using plastic bags in an attempt to cover themselves due to a lack of rubber gloves and protective suits. There were just 15 ambulances for a population of 1.5 million and 1 doctor per 14,000 people in worst-hit Liberia, compared to about 40 per 14,000 in Britain. Meanwhile, clinical trials to try to find an effective treatment for Ebola patients are to start in West Africa next month. The medical charity Medicines Sans Frontières, which has been helping lead the fight against the virus, says 3 of its treatment centers will host 3 separate research projects. One trial involves using the blood of recovered Ebola patients to treat sick people in the Guinean capital Conakry. 2 antiviral drugs will be trialed in Guinea and an unconfirmed location. US President Barack Obama told Myanmar's rulers its celebrated democratic reforms are backsliding ahead of a regional summit today designed to showcase the country's transition from army-led isolation. Obama will meet his Myanmar counterpart Thein Sein, a former general turned reformer, on the sidelines of the East Asia Summit in the Myanmar capital of Naypyidaw, as well as other Southeast Asian leaders. And now let's take a look at the top story once again. In addition to shortfalls in many fields, people of Tamenglong district are also facing water and power crisis. Thanks for joining us, and for more news updates, please stay tuned.